Hello everyone, many thanks for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on season 1, episode 2 of Voice of Reformation, a nation-building talk show where we spotlight the efforts of young Nigerians working to build the Nigeria we want. My name is Oloriyomi Pauline Adediba and I'm your host. Today I have a very special guest, Winner Oyegun, a 15-year-old child rights advocate. So I'm not going to go into his story, I'll just let him speak for himself. Hello Winner, how are you doing?
Hello, it is a pleasure to be here today and thank you very much for having me. So my name is Oyegun Uchina Winner, and as she has already said, I am a child's rights advocate and an anti-corruption champion. I am committed to ensuring that every child around me has the ability to defend their rights and demand them with confidence.
So the first time I saw your post online, I was intrigued, and that was your campaign poster. So it was for the position of head boy in your school. So tell everybody about that. How did it go?
Okay, so my advocacy journey began in 2021 when I was about 11 years old. And in my previous school, the management of the school were supportive, and as well the students, we went for events, the school was being represented, and it brought visibility and exposure to the school as well. Yeah, the name of my previous school was New Beacon International. So on changing schools to my current school, Focus High School, interaction with peers and with teachers revealed a lack of interest and a lack of concern on these critical issues. More than 80% of them had no idea of what the SDGs are, of what climate issues that we're facing currently. And even those who had the idea were like, oh, how is this supposed to be my business? How does this concern me? But I felt like, why shouldn't it concern you? This is the future of our planet we're talking about. This is our future here we're talking about. So I took all that into perspective. Even the management of the school as well, they kind of had this mindset that education is just, sitting in the classrooms and learning, just coming to school, learning, reading, studying, writing exams and all. So I wanted to shift that mindset because in this 21st century, education has gone far beyond just classroom learning. Education involves social impact now. Education involves social influence. Education involves contributing to your community, contributing to your society. Education involves acquiring a skill, a very valuable skill that can help you and that can add something meaningful to your society and your community as well. So these are the things I took into perspective. These are the things I took into consideration. So I said to myself, yes, I would love to be the head boy. So I can introduce these things into my school. So I can introduce the students of my school into, the social impact space. So I can, encourage them and I can teach them about these, these issues so that they can be aware. And yes, the campaign went very well. The students were thrilled and they were excited to learn these new things. And now I'm excited to see my school being represented at events I go for because of my impact and my influence. And yes, the results showed in the polls as I had about 200 votes as against 200 votes more as against my opponents. So the students pulled their weight behind me.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Because they were excited and they were thrilled to learn, and they're very eager to learn these new things. So yeah, it went well. The campaign was amazing, and I'm the head boy now.
I'm the head boy now. Yes, that's so beautiful. Congratulations again. So another reason I was very interested in your story is also because of my own story. So when I was 15, I was elected into the Kogi State Children's Parliament. Yes, so I became a child parliamentarian at 15, and I did a lot of campaign around, the implementation of the child rights law in the state. So when I saw a young person, a young, guy who was also working around advocacy in terms of child rights, I was very, very impressed and I was happy. So I want you to tell me about My Rights, My Superpower. So why did you go for that name? And then I know that your initiative has impacted over 1,000 children so far. How does that make you feel? And why are you particular about child rights?
I didn't start out as a child rights advocate.
Okay.
My advocacy journey began in 2021, as I said earlier. At first, it was centered mainly around anti-corruption, good governance, and moral values. And this was largely due to the impact and influence of a non-governmental organization that visited my previous school at that time, Step Up Nigeria. They are an NGO focused on, imbibing values of integrity, honesty, accountability, and they do that by school-to-school campaigns and events and seminars as well. So they taught us about what corruption is, the effects on the society, the need to shun corruption, the need to embrace anti-corruption, the need to embrace these values of integrity, honesty, accountability, transparency. So I got interested, I got motivated and inspired, and I decided to speak on this topic. I went from events to events, speaking to parents, speaking to teachers, and gatherings of adults on how to imbibe and instill these values in their students, in their wards, in their children, and in themselves as well. But that was not until, I did this for about 3 years, until that was August 2024, yes, when UNICEF Nigeria recognized my work, and I was invited for the Gender and Inclusion Summit that took place in August 2024. I was invited as a special guest. I gained a lot of valuable information and knowledge on gender-related issues. And so then after that came the World Children's Day celebration in November 2024. For that event, I was also invited to host the event, and in the course of preparations, I was given materials, I was given documents to study concerning child rights. Like I was given the UNCRC, that's the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. I was also given other documents and materials to study concerning child rights, concerning the situation of children in Nigeria. And I had to do a whole lot of reading in preparation for this event, and that was when I realized that it was almost as if the world was against children, right? Because I read stories about children being killed in wars that they did not start. I read stories about children being out of school. I read stories about floods, climate disasters, separating families, taking the lives of children. And that was when I decided that I'm going to lend my voice to this cause, even if it's just one child out there that it saves, that's going to be enough for me. That's when I made up my mind that no matter how little an impact it has, I'm going to lend my voice to this cause. So the day came, I hosted the event, and everything went well. And the next day, I was invited for NTA's Good Morning Nigeria show with the then UNICEF Nigeria country representative. During the show, I was asked questions surrounding those same stories, those same issues that I read the previous night. And it was more or less a confirmation to me, a confirmation to my thoughts and to my conscience that indeed this is what I want to do, this is what I want to go into. So when we got home that day, I told my mom that I would like to center my advocacy now on child rights. I would like to center my advocacy now on child rights and, contribute to this cause. And so she was excited, she was happy, and that was how the journey began. Okay, so about my rights, my superpower. In December 2024, I sat down with my mom to draw up a plan, an advocacy pathway for the year 2025 concerning child rights. And that was when the idea for my rights, my superpower came about. I thought, how about we have an initiative that is just dedicated to empowering children with the knowledge of their rights and teaching children how to stand up for themselves, how to defend and demand their rights with confidence. So the name, well, yeah, we were sampling name ideas, and we wanted something fun, something catchy, something that the children will be able to relate to, you know. And so my rights, my superpower just sounded right, just sounded like it, because of course you know what a superpower is, right? So yeah, knowing your rights and being able to defend them with confidence can save you from a whole lot. So that's how the name came about. So it is very, very exciting for me and humbling to see the progress we have made so far, reaching over 1,000 students. I mean, it gives me so much joy and so much hope for the future, because seeing the joy and the expressions on the faces of these children I speak to gives me a lot of joy, because it's a whole different ball game when a young person speaks to other young people. A whole lot of them are excited. They come to meet me after to engage in conversations, to get my contacts, to ask me how did I get into this space, how did I get where I am today, how did I get into organizations like UNICEF. And a whole lot of them tell me that they want to do what I am doing. They want to venture into this social impact space. And so, yeah, it's very, very motivating for me, because I know that it's a reason to keep doing what I'm doing. And I believe that my rights, my superpower will expand definitely to more schools, more states. With time, we'll gain partnerships, we'll gain collaborations, and we'll make it a national campaign. And I won't stop until every child around me has the knowledge of their rights and can speak up for themselves. Yeah.
I'm very glad to hear that, and we definitely look forward to seeing all of that. So I'm going to ask you, what was the reaction of your mom the first time you told her this was what you wanted to do?
Well, she was very excited actually, and she was proud as well.
Wow.
Because she herself has always had this love and this passion for young children. So she was happy and she was excited hearing that I would like to advocate for this cause, advocate for children and their rights.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, Winner, I want you to also tell us briefly about the Eco Winners Club. So you're also into climate change. Now, when I look at some of the issues you do advocacy around, corruption, climate change and all, you don't look at these issues as adults, issues. You are very willing and very interested in taking them on. And I'm very intrigued by that. So as much as I want to know about Eco Winners Club, but I also want to know, what inspires you. Why do you look at these issues and feel like you have something to contribute? Why do you look at these issues that look so big and feel like there is something you can do about it?
Okay, so to be honest, at first I saw climate change as an adult's issue.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was something that concerned children. But as I delved into child's rights advocacy and started reading up, started studying, I figured out that climate change is a child's rights issue. Why? Because among the many rights of children, children have the right to grow up in a safe and healthy environment. So climate crisis, climate issues, they are a direct violation of these rights that every child has to grow up in a safe and healthy environment. For example, let's take rural areas and rural communities. Children that still, fetch water from streams that may be polluted with microorganisms or so. Eventually, they'll fall sick, when they use this water for their daily activities. Or let's take plastics, for example, as well. Plastics never fully they are non-biodegradable. They never fully disappear, right? So plastics are making their way into the air that we breathe, the food that children eat, the water that we drink. And when these plastics get into our body system, they affect developmental structures, they affect mental health, they affect respiration and all of it. So yes, climate change is a child's rights issue. It is an issue that every child should be concerned about, because it affects not only the future of our planet, but your future as well. And so how Eco Winners came about. Early this year, I enrolled for a Green Students Fellowship. A Green Students Fellowship for about 8 weeks. And the final week project was for us to come up with an idea, an initiative that we can implement in our schools to tackle any climate change issue of our choice. So I picked plastic pollution, and that's how Eco Winners came about. I introduced the club to my school, and on the launch day, we created awareness about plastic pollution, the effect it has on children's health, and the need to take, even if it's little actions, small actions for the environment, because contributing your own quota would definitely sum up with the efforts of other people, would definitely sum up, to build something greater.
That's so beautiful to hear, Winner. And just listening to you, I think everyone who is watching will also agree with me that here's a young, man who understands leadership in a way most adults don't even. So, Winner, I want to ask you around the theme of leadership. What message do you have to other young people, especially regarding taking initiative? And then I'm also going to ask you, do you ever get any pushbacks, regarding your age? And then people tell you, you're too young to be doing this. Or why are you concerned about this? How old are you? Maybe from your classmates, from teachers, from people. So have you experienced pushbacks because of your age so far?
Yes, I've experienced the pushback I've experienced so far. Mostly from my mates in school and teachers in school as well. Not really from other adults, because these organizations are supportive of young people. Because in the UNICEF Young Influencers Network that I'm a part of, we have 9-year-olds, we have 10-year-olds that are also advocating for causes of their interest. So this pushback comes from my classmates who are, uninformed about these issues. They feel like, okay, why are you doing this? How does this concern you? They still kind of had that mindset, like I said, that education is just going to school, learning. They don't see
beyond the four walls.
They don't see beyond the four walls of the classroom, yes.
Yeah.
They don't see the big picture of why you need to step out of your comfort zone, of why you need to, advocate for change in your society.
So how do you respond to this when it happens?
Well, what I tell them is that purpose has no age limit, right? I am young, I may be young.
Purpose has no age limit.
Yes.
We should frame that.
Yeah. I may be young, but I'm passionate, I'm informed, and I want to do this, and I'm willing to give my voice to this cause. I'm willing to advocate, and so that is all I need. That is all I require. My passion and my readiness, my willingness. So
Thank you so much, Winner. So the last question would be, what do you have to say to young Nigerians? How important do you think the role of the young people is in building the Nigeria we all desire?
So I would say young people need to step out of their comfort zones and start speaking up, start showing up, start speaking up. Concerning the SDGs, you could go through them. There are about 17 of them.
Yes. And
you could find one that concerns you or resonates with you the most, and just start advocating for it. Just like today Onokaya would say, you can do great things from small places, right? So start where you are, start small. It doesn't have to be a big fancy setup from the beginning, because consistency is key. Stay consistent, contribute. We need more young people, we need more young voices. If at all we are to drive a massive impact in our country, Nigeria, we need all hands to be on deck. We need especially young people, because we have fresh ideas, we are innovative. So, and we know how best to utilize digital technologies, because this is the age that we grew up in. So, especially young people, we need to come together. We need to contribute our own quota towards achieving the greater good. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Winner, for joining us. I'm really, really grateful. It was so inspiring to hear you speak. And I'm sure that everyone who is listening also will be inspired to take action from everything you have said. Thank you for being an inspiration inspiration. Like I always say,
Thank
this is
you.
a thankless job, but I always love to thank my guests when they come on. So thank you for what you do.
Thank
we
you.
see you, we appreciate you. And I definitely know we're going to see you doing, so much more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, thank you. So
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having me.
Yes, this is talking about appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much. Thank you guys for joining us today on Voice of Reformation, Season 1, Episode 2. We hope you loved the episode. Subscribe, share, comment. Tell everybody you know to come here and watch this show. Their lives will be changed, honestly. And we hope to see what change you're making in your community today. So look around you. If there's a problem in your community, be a part of the solution, not just a part of those who complain. Thank you so much. See you next time.